Good morning to you. Now, we don't know the specifics of the settlement because it was presented behind a closed-door meeting, a special meeting last night. In case you're not familiar with the story, the school board voted to not renew the contracts of Mesa High School principal Kirk and athletic director David Klecka for no official reason, following allegations of mandatory reporting failures. Police were investigating if the two did not report a firearm on campus after a fight at a soccer game last year in February. The community showed up big time for this last board meeting, accusing the district of mishandling the situation. Thomas and Klecka's attorney argued that the mandatory reporting law did not go into effect until after the fight and claimed there was not a substantial threat of a gun on campus. Police submitted charges against Klecka and Thomas, but the county attorney later dropped those charges. Arizona's family has been on this story since day one, and our crews are working right now to learn more about this settlement. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Gina.